It is probably fitting that my first review be for a film based on a character that I have long been a fan of. It is easy to go in with the preconceived notions as to what you think should or should not be represented in a Joker adaptation. I myself was slightly confused when the movie was originally announced. However, the great thing about the character is that in his own words, if he did have a backstory, he would prefer it to be multiple choice. Joker is a film starring Joaquin Phoenix and is directed by Todd Phillips, previously known for his Hangover trilogy, as well as other such comedies. Based on one of, if not the most iconic villains in all of pop culture, this interpretation follows the story of Arthur Fleck in 1980s Gotham City. Arthur is a heavily medicated aspiring comedian who deals with mental illness and delusions. He lives in the uneven, systemic slums of Gotham with his sick mother, whom he cares for. A series of unfortunate events leads Arthur down a path that will change his life and Gotham's forever. I have to preface this by saying that I did not really keep up with all of the controversy surrounding the film beforehand. Apparently, Todd Phillips said some things, Joaquin Phoenix said some things, and there was a certain paranoia surrounding moviegoers due to what they deemed as the film possibly helping incite violence. I'm not really going to touch on that. I want to judge the Joker as a film and nothing more. So let's continue with the review. When I watched Joker for the first time, I was leaning more towards not liking it at all, but something stuck with me. I couldn't really place what it was, but something just kept taking me back to it. So I decided to see it again before giving my final judgment. Upon the second viewing, I have to say that I liked it more. I didn't love it, but I think I appreciated what Todd Phillips was trying to accomplish here. It is definitely a departure from anything he has created before, because this film is dark. It's miserable. It is not a comedy. What can be said about Joaquin Phoenix that hasn't already been said? The performance is revelatory, and I would not be surprised if he were nominated for awards this upcoming season. This is very much a character study that rarely takes its attention away from his character. This is helped by the beautiful cinematography, which I only truly admired during my second viewing. It is shot in such an intimate and claustrophobic way that it allows you to see every subtle detail of Arthur's transformation. This is minimalism at its finest. It really shows restraint in its style. I do have a few issues with some of the aerial transition shots that do not really match up with the rest of the shot selection, but that's a minor nitpick. The score is beautifully crafted as it builds with tension. What I really don't like though is when films decide to break away from orchestral and bring in some pop culture songs in order to showcase irony or comedy within a scene. It just feels a little fabricated and out of place, and it just kind of bothers me. I also have to quickly note that the set design, it really brings you into the world and makes it believable. Gotham is grimy, disgusting, with trash bags just filled to the brim on every street corner. Really what leads me to not loving this film is the script. I see what Todd Phillips was going for, but I just don't believe the execution was there. The film is 122 minutes long, and in not one frame did I actually feel sorry for Arthur's character, which the film spends so much time trying to get me to do. He is just not sympathetic, even with Phoenix's brilliant performance. I do like the ambiguity of the unreliable narrator aspect. However, some events and their resolutions seem so unintentionally laughable and unbelievable. The script just relies on these conveniences to help fabricate drama in order to help move the story forward. It just sort of pretends to be smarter than it actually is. One other quick note that I have to mention is specifically with this character living in a Batman universe. Throughout Joker's interpretations, he's always had different qualities, but one consistency has remained. The Joker is intelligent. He is the yin to Batman's yang. In this regard, I just can never envision this Joker being an actual rival to Bruce Wayne. Arthur is just not that smart of a person, and really never seems like he'd have the capability to have a long-standing rival. Let's face it, Todd Phillips wanted to make his version of Taxi Driver. This is even more apparent by his casting of Robert De Niro, who also does well with the little time he has on screen. It really seemed like the Joker and Gotham City were simply an aesthetic to help Phillips get the movie made. I'm not mad about it. In fact, I think it's great that DC and Warner Bros. Are willing to take these sort of risks with these characters. We need more of this in the future, not CGI Zack Snyder fests. At the end of the day, I do think Joker will be a divisive film, whether that is from its already formed controversy, its blatant messaging within, or just the story it chooses to tell. Regardless of all that, what will stick with me is the third act. The build-up may not be fully executed, but Phoenix helps take what I believe to be a mediocre script and elevates it to a hauntingly tragic ending that will retroactively make you look back at the rest of the film in a new light. It is adamant, if nothing else.